What does it mean to be a woman in business? It literally means that you have woman chromosomes and you are in business. That's it, my friends. You get to decide what this looks like for you.
He must like you the best.
So today, I'm going to teach you how to do what works best for you, how to let go of all the other expectations, and how to really craft a path for success that you can actually succeed at.
Oh, that sounds great.
Because trust me, when I was trying to be all these other different people, there's no way I could succeed at it because it wasn't me. You've got to find your own path for success, and that's really what it's going to look like to be a woman in business. I'm Amy Walker, your business bestie, and I'm a small business strategist. I've helped hundreds of entrepreneurs be able to grow their business to 6 figures and even 7 figures. And I know that you can do it too, because I'll be there for you.
I think they get it.
Okay.
And make sure, if you are a woman in business, that you stay until the end, because I have a couple gifts that have really helped me along the way. And I'm giving presents.
Oh my God!
When I was a new entrepreneur, I really had no idea what it looked like to be a successful woman in business. I was just figuring it out as I went. Like my mom, my stepmom, my grandmas, they were all stay-at-home moms. And so I didn't exactly have like a pattern that I was gonna follow. I didn't grow up in an entrepreneurial household. And so I did a lot of like looking around side to side, finding successful people and thinking, I love that they do this, I wanna do that. I love that this person does that, I wanna do it. And before I knew it, I had created this really unrealistic set of expectations for myself. And I found myself feeling like I wasn't succeeding anywhere. I wasn't spending as much time with my kids as I saw my mom and my stepmom do. I was definitely not doing all the like household stuff that they were doing and planning like fun creative parties. I wasn't creating the success that other women were creating in business. I didn't feel like I had, a balance and a handle on where I wanted to be spiritually. And so I just felt like I was trying to be the perfect everything and failing at everything. Can you relate?
No, believe me, I've been there.
You get to, this is one of my favorite parts of entrepreneurship, you get to decide what success looks like for you. You get to decide if that means that you are working only while your kids are at school, or if that means that you have a nanny at home, or if that means that you want a little bit of money or a lot of money. And here's the thing, being a woman in business, there's no qualification for what that has to look like. There are literally women in every different type of industry working every different type of schedule, and you won't be happy as a woman in business if you're trying to pursue something else.
Oh God, I hate my job. I hate it. I hate my job. I hate it.
So I remember my 3rd year in business. Years 1 and 2 had blown my mind with results. My whole goal when I started my company was to be able to be at home with my kids and earn 6 figures. And that was like the top that I could see. So we did it the first year. We quadrupled the second year and did like 440,000 in sales, which blew my mind. And on year 3, I remember thinking, well, now what am I supposed to do next? And so I started chasing the fame path, which if you know me at all, that is not me. And so I was doing all of these things, getting in all of these stages and trying to build an audience in all of these different places. And it felt less and less fulfilling. And it was more and more work. In fact, this is the crazy thing. We sold $10,000 less that year, and I worked twice as hard and experienced half the joy. And so I realized in that space that I was pursuing somebody else's definition of success. It wasn't mine. My definition of success isn't fame, it's relationships, it's impact, it's connection, it's time freedom. That's what success looks like to me. So whenever I start getting into someone else's version, it just doesn't click, it doesn't line up. And when I just own mine, it truly doesn't matter if the numbers are higher, as long as the profit levels that I want are there. And I think sometimes we assume that there's this one path to follow. There are so many different ways to be successful. And I really want to invite you to do a deep dive and figure out, what does your unique version of success look like? Figure it out and make every decision in alignment with that, because it's going to lead you to the most joy and the simplest results.
That's good, right?
okay, now comes the hard part. Like, I can feel you at home being like, yes, that's what I want to do, my own definition of success. And then you start feeling the pressure from all of the outside influences that, you know, you should be volunteering in the school and you should be doing all of these different things, and the shoulds and the have tos and the pressure and all of that can be like really crippling. And here's my advice for you. I, a long time ago, wrote my own job descriptions. I wrote my job description for being a daughter of God. I wrote my job description for being a wife. I wrote my job description for being a mother. I wrote my job description for being a businesswoman. And I was prayerful about those. I meditated on them. I wrote them out. And one of the sections that I wrote on there is who I counsel with and who I report to. This is really important because a lot of times we feel like we're reporting to everybody. And there's very few people that I actually report to. I report to God. I report to myself. That's mostly it. When it comes to parenting, I do report to my husband. But when it comes to being a wife, I don't report to my husband. I counsel with my husband. And so a lot of times we are taking a lot of advice from people who have part of what we want, but not all of what we want. Case in point, I'll take advice from my dad all day long on being a parent. He's an amazing parent, but he doesn't run a business like I do. I'm not going to take business advice from him.
I need these hangers separated ASAP.
I might take advice on spirituality from one of my church leaders or someone I really respect in my congregation, but that doesn't mean that I need to take advice from them on my business because maybe they're not balancing both worlds. Maybe they're just doing one. Maybe they don't understand my industry. And so get really clear on who you report to and who you take advice from. And that is such a peaceful thing to allow you to be able to let the noise go. You guys, the birthday parties that I get planned sometimes the night before. I come from a family of big elaborate party planners. It's okay to let that go. My house and my organization and my decoration for holidays is not up to par with the family that I came from, but it works for my family. And my family is getting what they need and want. My business is getting what it needs and wants. And I can truly let all the rest go. So it's time. You get to now take a minute and decide, what does your definition of success look like? I mean, really, think it through. What does the house look like? For me, it's not a big, huge mansion because that's not where I'd want to be. I just want to be in a cute little house by a lake, and ideally with some land so I could have goats, because I think goats are part of a recipe for happiness for everyone. Get a baby goat. It's amazing.
You are so cute.
So that's where my success house would look like. What do the relationships look like? What does your time look like? How will you spend your time when you're focusing on your version of success? What does your bank account look like? What do your contributions look like? Where do you want to be giving? What does your impact and your reach look like? Are you known by all, or are you known and deeply revered by a few? There's no one path to success. And if you'll actually take time and get clear on what is most important to you, you can get that. You might not be able to get everybody's definition of success, and we've all seen people who got a lot of success and it was detrimental to them. It was out of alignment with their core values. You have to figure out your core values, your version of success, make sure that you make all decisions lining up with those two. And when you do that, it's the most peaceful way to be able to generate results, and it strengthens your relationships and it helps you be a better version of yourself.
You're getting better. I'm gonna keep this.
Now, I promised earlier that if you're a woman in business and you stuck with me until now, I would have 2 gifts for you. So gift number 1 is I want you to go check out my video that I made about entrepreneur burnout. Ladies, you can put yourself out of business by putting yourself in danger all the time from lack of self-care, lack of nurture, pushing yourself farther than you can go. And I'm telling you, I think that takes more women out of entrepreneurship than anything else. So go check out that video and start taking care of you. The second gift that I have for you is actually a 30-day challenge on how to create peaceful productivity. So it's going to walk you through every day. You'll get a new little tip that's going to help you be able to create success that is good for you and not success at the expense of you. So you can go download that below. All right, my bestie, I know you want to keep watching, so go check out that next video.